Welcome back to this week's Ohio Tech Report. Another exciting week for tech and innovation in the Buckeye State. But we are joined again by another friend of the show, Tonjia. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. You might be our number one reoccurring co-host, so it's great to see you, and we're great to have you back on the show.
Chris, it is always so fun to be here with you and to hear all the wonderful things that's going on in Ohio Tech. So I'm just happy to be back again. So, hey.
Awesome. Well, we'll dive right into it. A busy week. I know it's also the week of 4th of July. So if the holiday wasn't enough, there's some pretty cool stories. So the first one, and this happened a few days ago at this point, but I think it's worth resharing and kind of leading with number one. With Drive Capital, the Columbus-based venture capital firm, they raised an additional $1 billion to invest in startups in what they call the driveway. And that's basically what they believe the underinvested region in North America between the Hudson River in New York and the Rocky Mountains, with Ohio being the epicenter for them. And so it's two new funds, Tonjia, for $1 billion. That's now $2.2 billion in assets under management. And this is helping, as they say, help some of these undercapitalized, underinvested in founders get their businesses up and running. Huge story for Drive Capital, huge story for tech in Ohio, and of course, Columbus.
I just love the terminology of this driveway because when you think about, traditionally we're thinking about the heartland, so that area between the coasts, people like to say it's flyover country, right? But when you're calling it the driveway, it's just showing how essential it is to go from end to end. You have to drive through this wonderful, beautiful heartland, Silicon Heartland. We're still going to call it that. And
Yeah.
there's so many communities, so many people, so many families, so many beautiful areas in this driveway that I'm loving that there's some exposure. Can you imagine what the ideas and the innovations would be coming out of this vast part of America that has been underrepresented, but now has access and visibility? So very excited, and Drive just keeps doing just the great work of investing. So
They do. And as you said, I love the terminology. I wish I would have been smart enough to think of drive and driveway and all that. It plays so well together. So kudos and congratulations to them and all of the different founders that they're now going to be able to back with even more money and helping places like Ohio keep getting on the map. So story number two, Tonjia, is one that's going to be, I think, of interest to you and the team at Nationwide, because I know you all are incredibly passionate about tech careers, tech opportunities, always looking for talented people. But this is an article out of Computer World, a bit more about chip manufacturing in the U.S., but the title of it is Tech Talent Shortage Slows Reshoring of Chip Manufacturing in the United States. And they say that in the next 10 years, so 2020 to 2023, so this decade that we're currently in, that STEM jobs, so science, technology, engineering, and math, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, are posed to grow 11%. But even with that growth, we don't quite have the people in that talent pipeline. And so we need more talented folks to come in. And there's only going to be, from companies like Nationwide and chip manufacturers, everyone in tech, a need for more people. And so if there's anything holding us all back, it's the people to do it.
And so this shows that it's so imperative to begin to connect the dots between our education system, our higher education system, and co-curricular education systems, and our workforce. At this point, we have to work together to create a seamless pipeline from K to workforce. Not K-8, not K-12, not K through 16, but K through workforce, because without a concerted effort of having that investment from our corporate partners into our education system to really work together to say, these are the future needs. How can we help you prepare the students that we're going to need for our future workforce? Without that real coming together and concerted effort, it's going to be difficult to fill those roles. I think it's just so amazing to hear that even with the growth in STEM, there's still not enough people. So how can we integrate STEM education into all education? I think it's going to be our next challenge as a society.
It definitely is. And why I love talking these types of stories with you is you've been in both worlds. You've been in academia, have your Ph.D. Now you're at one of the biggest companies in the United States leading tech. And so you've seen the both ends of the spectrum. And if Ohio is going to realize this opportunity that I think we have, as we're also passionate about the Silicon Heartland and the driveway and all of that, it comes down to people, and we need talented people and passionate folks. And so we'll link to that story. It's an interesting one, but I agree, Tanja, of these next few years, that kind of collaboration between industry and K through 12 and higher ed and all of that is so incredibly important. So we're going to go to our third and final story. An awesome conference coming up that we've been following, and this is an article from NBC Cincinnati, which we'll link. But Black Tech Week is coming to Cincinnati, and they announced a pretty cool keynote, which is Serena Williams, who is, of course, a tennis pro, but I feel like she's been making even bigger news in some of her investing in tech and on the business side as well. So we'll link to this upcoming week-long conference in Cincinnati at Black Tech Week. Again, Serena Williams is going to be a keynote speaker, but this is incredibly cool because this is the first time that this conference has come to Cincinnati. It was recently acquired. It's coming to Ohio, coming to Southwestern Ohio for the first time, and it's really cool to see all this coming and people from all over, some really big names coming to Ohio to be part of it.
That's what made me excited when I heard about this, Chris, is that, again, Ohio is all eyes on us. We're in the forefront of this tech economy that continues to develop and flourish, and we're really coming into our own as a tech destination. This is no longer aspirational for Ohio. It's happening here. Intel, it's happening here. Black Tech Week, here. Driveway here. Everything is happening in Ohio, and I think it's just so amazing to be living this. Like, Chris, we're living this thing. Yep. So we're seeing from 2 years ago when we were all like, oh wow, Ohio is going to be a premier destination, and it's happening before our eyes, and we get a chance to be part of tech history, really. I just think it's so cool. And what I really love about the choice of Serena, it shows that technology is not only for people in a specific industry. I think a lot of times people feel like if you didn't study a certain thing, a certain discipline, then you can't be involved in tech. You can be involved in tech not only as a consumer or creator, but also an investor. All right. And so understanding that great ideas come from everywhere, especially here's another underrepresented community story. I love that she's coming, and we're going to focus not only on her as a tennis pro, but as someone who finds tech worthwhile as an investment. So I think that will be a catalyst for others in our community and communities like ours across the United States.
Absolutely. And I think these are so cool, as you said, because I love these ones that put Ohio on the map. And we do a bunch of stuff within the state for Ohioans, but some of these conferences, these gatherings that, as we say, kind of put Ohio on the map, put a pin in it. Black Tech Week coming to Cincinnati, the recent Data Connect from Women in Analytics that was in Columbus, where people are literally flying in from across the U.S., across the world for some of these. And that's really, really cool that it kind of, it doesn't matter what our boundaries are, but people are coming here experiencing what our cities have to offer, what our companies have to offer, and some of the cultural side of Ohio and the different cities that make it so great. So, Tonjia, those are our three stories for the week. We got about 15 or 20 seconds. Tell us a bit about Nationwide, but we'll link to jobs in the comments.
Absolutely. So as always, we're going to talk about careers.nationwide.com. We're doing so many wonderful things in the area of technology. Again, really focusing on those cloud technologies, anything data analytics related, machine learning, artificial intelligence, digitalization of not only our internal customer journeys, but our external customer journeys. So if this sounds like something you love to do, then please visit our site. And as always, I am pingable on LinkedIn. If you have any questions that you like to ask or need any connections, I'm here.
Awesome. Well, Tonjia, we're appreciative of you, your time. We'll tag you. We'll tag Nationwide. We'll drop the careers page. But thanks so much for everything you're doing. And again, thanks for joining. I haven't done the math, but I'm pretty sure you're our top recurring guest, and I know we'll have you on in the future. So thanks for joining. Have a great week, everyone, and have a great weekend. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.